Jon Jones versus the current top 10 UFC heavyweights. How many of these guys can Jon Jones beat? Let's go through and just give our opinion. Starting off, we've got a joint 9. Tybura and Jairzinho Rosenstrike. Both guys don't really offer Jon Jones anything. Maybe Jairzinho with the power. Jairzinho does carry power in his hands, but Jon Jones is just level above these guys, to be honest. He smokes both of them. Don't make me. Next up, we've got Stipe Miocic. Now, this guy's actually fighting Jon Jones next. Look at his rank. Look at his rank. He's ranked number... he's ranked number fucking 8. Oh, I hate this shit. I don't know why the UFC are ruining this division. Like, Sergey Spivak is ranked above Stipe at this point. Yeah. Jon Jones submits Stipe with inside 2 rounds, or brutally TKOs him a ground and pound. Sergey Spivak, let's just be honest, Sergey Spivak isn't great. He's not going to beat Jon Jones. Jon Jones is going to beat Sergey Spivak with ease. Next up, Jailton Almeida. Now, Almeida isn't going to beat Jon Jones, let me just get that clear, but there is that threat that Jon Jones, in terms of grappling in this division, is probably the most elite, if we're being honest. And Almeida's top 3, probably. Top 4. Yeah, we'll go top 4. Almeida's definitely top 4. I mean, yes, he lost to Curtis Blades, but we seen him just ragdoll Curtis Blades for the first round. Almeida could maybe submit Jones on the ground. Could, but he won't. Jon Jones beats Jailton Almeida. Next up, Curtis Blades. Now, I said this before... When did I make that TikTok? Before Blades even fought Sergey Pavlovich, and I still stick by this. I think Curtis Blades is one of Jon Jones' toughest matchups in the division, and I think Curtis Blades could, I'm not saying he would, I'm saying Curtis Blades could beat Jon Jones. Curtis Blades is a great boxer, maybe not great, but he is a good boxer. He carries a lot of power in his hands as well, and offensively, the guy can grapple. Now, the main issue with Curtis Blades going against Jon Jones, in my opinion, is the guy defensively isn't the best. He's not the best at stopping takedowns, for example. He did stuff the takedown and finish Almeida off that, but we seen Almeida toy with him for the first round. Now, Jailton Almeida and Jon Jones have very different ways of grappling, different styles of grappling, but that's my big thing with Curtis Blades. Plus, another thing about Curtis Blades, yes, he's very well-rounded, but this is Curtis Blades' biggest downfall. The guy's fight IQ isn't great, and that there, in my opinion, is what makes Jon Jones so great, is his fight IQ. I do think Blades could beat him. I actually would like to see that fight, but I'm going to have to go with Jon Jones. But Curtis Blades is definitely a sleeper matchup for Jon Jones in this division. Next up, we've got Sergey Pavlovich. Now, outside of being able to KO Jon Jones, I don't really know what Sergey can offer for him. I feel like we've seen Sergey struggle with Alistair Overeem in the grappling department, and he's not even half of the level of the grappler that Jon Jones is. Now, Sergey Pavlovich is probably one of the biggest punchers currently, if not the biggest puncher. No, he's not. Tom Aspinall is a bigger puncher than Sergey Pavlovich, in my opinion. Now, a lot of people might disagree with that, but if you go back and watch Sergey Pavlovich's knockouts, especially when people try and compare him to Ngannou had that power where he put your lights out. Sergey Pavlovich, we haven't really seen that. He puts you down and he follows up shots. He doesn't put you out cold. You know what I mean? He didn't do that to Tai Tuivasa, didn't do it to Derek Lewis, didn't do it to Curtis Blades. I'm not saying the guy can't hit hard, but I do think people overrate the guy, and we just seen Volkov just absolutely put on a clinic against him. I think Jon Jones would do a good job of keeping it range with Pavlovich, especially in the earlier rounds, stomping at the knee. I just feel like he'd out-grapple him. Jon Jones beats Sergey Pavlovich. Next up, Volkov. Now, Volkov is a very talented striker. We just seen him put on a clinic against Sergey Pavlovich. I do think, in terms of striking, this would be a tricky test for Jon Jones, and we've seen Volkov has improved in his grappling throughout the years. We've seen him get that submission over Tai Tuivasa, but again, that's Tai Tuivasa, not Jon Jones. We did see him struggle in there against someone like Tom Aspinall, who, yes, is a great grappler in my opinion. I don't think Tom Aspinall is at the level of Jon Jones in terms of wrestler, especially offensively. I think Jon Jones would do a good job of getting in on the takedown, on the legs of Volkov, getting him against the cage, and just controlling him on the mat. I think Jon Jones would beat Volkov. I don't know if he would be able to find the stoppage. Maybe a submission. I'm going to go for a Jon Jones decision though. But Volkov can definitely offer him a lot of problems. The guy's a great striker. Next up, Ciryl Gane. We've seen how that fight went. I think Gane would do better in a rematch. I don't think Gane gave a good account of himself in there. But yeah, I don't think Ciryl Gane would beat Jon Jones. I think he could beat Jon Jones if it was purely on the feet. If Ciryl Gane could keep Jon Jones on the edge of his shots with his leg kicks and circling around the octagon, picking at Jon Jones, I think in a striking matchup, Ciryl Gane beats him all day. But like we're saying, Jon Jones was able to get a hold of Ciryl Gane, take him down, and it was only a matter of time before he found Ciryl Gane's neck. I know Jones would beat him again, but I think Ciryl Gane would definitely give a better account of himself second time round. And finally, the one that everybody wants to see, the fight that every UFC fan, every MMA fan wants to fucking see, but the UFC don't want to make it. And you know why they don't want to make it? Because they fucking know what's going to happen. Tom Aspinall KOs Jon Jones. I am saying it here right now. Tom Aspinall KOs him. Tom Aspinall is the biggest threat that Jon Jones will have ever faced. Great grappler. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. We've seen him get multiple submission wins. The guy's a slick boxer, explosive, fast feet, extremely powerful. Tom Aspinall is the complete package at heavyweight. Sorry for the glaze. I'm going like Dana White mode, but for Tom Aspinall is definitely the guy to beat Jon Jones. Tom Aspinall would KO Jon Jones within 2 rounds, in my opinion. The only thing that I'm saying it wouldn't be the first round is the fact that we don't know how Tom Aspinall is at grappling defensively. Jon Jones is a very elite grappler. Would Tom Aspinall be able to stuff the takedowns, work his way back up if he was taken down against Jon Jones? That's the big if, but that won't matter whenever Tom Aspinall lights him up with like a 3-punch combination with Jon Jones' chin in the air moving back like this. Tom Aspinall beats him. Outside of that though, Jon Jones does beat everybody in the heavyweight division. I do think there are some interesting matchups for him. Maybe Curtis Blades is definitely a fight that I would have liked to have seen. We're never going to see that though. Volkov would be an interesting one, I suppose. You can maybe throw Pavlovich in there just because of the punch power, but Tom Aspinall is the guy to beat Jon Jones. I'm going to make this a series and go through every single UFC champion. So let me know your opinions on this in the comments below. And as always, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll see you again in the next one.